Hello, swampy tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Dawn of Souls, the Mod of Balance remake, with me, BlueAnkylo. We have our party of viewers, Victus, Beret, Jade, and Melior, the Knight, Ranger, Battle Mage, and Sage team. And last episode, we spent a little bit of time trying to get some spells, because spells are good and they're expensive, and a little bit of equipment, because equipment is handy. But you know, we kept running out of money, so it's very difficult to buy all the stuff I want to buy. Anyway, we're going to go make a run on the Marsh Cave now, and I'm going to actually do some running. Although, we'll win a preemptive strike, because why not? But, yeah, I think I need to preserve my MP and healing items where possible. We can take a couple easy fights, like that. But I will run from anything that I think will require magic to win, basically. That was some good dodging there, Beret. I was happy to see that. But yeah, if we can basically one-shot the enemies, then we can sort of cut through pretty quick. But there's going to be some interesting potential encounters over here on the west side of the area. So, yeah, these guys, I'd like to take this fight because they're worth a lot of, hopefully worth a lot of money and experience. In the original game, this was a great fight if you had, like, Fire 2 or Lightning 2, Fire 2, whatever, basically the same. In this one, it's not bad, but it's not like, I think it was like 490 gold in experience in the original game, so they were way better in the NES version. And hey, we made it to the Marsh Cave, not bad. That actually went really, really smooth. Alright, we'll throw the save down, and let's dive in. So, I'm gonna go up first, because it's shorter, and we can just warp back out. Green slimes should be very physically strong, but weak to magic, but we'll see if it works in the remake, or the mod. Actually, that worked just fine. So, the other thing that I need to remember every now and then is to just check if there's any interesting drops. You can get axes out of the ogre chiefs, you can get chainmail from the gas, protect drink from the green slimes, nothing that I really care about, like that worm dragon killer blade. Shadows, I think they can definitely cast dark on you, so be careful with that. Here's one of the more dangerous encounters. So we're gonna go hard on the crawler, and then we'll try a Dia to wipe out the undead, or most of them. It looks like the red skeleton, or the blood bones, it has the ability to cast temper on his friends, which is a little bit scary because that'll get their attack up pretty high, especially if he cast it on... Actually, the real scary part is if he gets that on the crawler gets like 8 attacks, and 8 attacks with like plus 10 damage per attack is gonna get crazy. So we picked up a random dagger. I don't think it's really meant for battle mages. I think it's meant for, I don't know, thieves or something maybe? Somebody who can equip good weapons. But it is worth a fair bit of money to sell, so I don't regret it. And honestly, Jade, the battle mage, is actually still doing a reasonable good amount of damage with the melee attacks. I believe gargoyles count as evil, so this is one of those areas where the Dia spell will technically work. And they also have silence touch, which is really not good. It doesn't matter much on the knight, but if all my mages get silenced, that'll suck. And they drop great helms, so that's great. I'm sorry, everybody. But it is nice because it's free upgrades that we don't have to pay for. I can't believe I did it. Yeah, we'll do some pain. It seemed to do little damage, but enough, so that'll do. Hey, the victory music during a victory battle. A broadsword. Now, I don't think those are as good as long swords. So because we had that money from selling the worm blade, we actually have better weapons than maybe you normally would have. Even the axe is... Yeah, the broadsword's not that great. Okay, so... we could fight our way back down 2 floors to the entrance. I think... I've got enough MP that I'm not afraid to warp out. You only warp back 1 floor at a time, but That's pretty good. Alright, let's, I could use an inn. Or not an inn. I could use a tent. A mobile inn. But I'm gonna save that for later. Although what I should do is Mind Bomb Beret. Because I do not believe that silence wears off ever. Which sucks. Gargoyles are not my friends. Some status debuffs aren't as bad, but not being able to cast magic in a long dungeon when you need to cast magic, you know, that's pretty brutal. Alright, so the gray oozes are kind of the opposite of the green slimes. They're weak to physical rather than magical. So, fairly straightforward. Oh good, the fighter got stunned. Yay. Well, I've got a few mind bombs. Rather than wait for him to get cured, let's just do it. So, I don't believe they've rotated the chests down here in terms of the ones that are always empty are always empty. So all you gotta do is remember which rooms have actual loot, and then you can find out if that got rotated. I don't remember stuff like that, so I'm just gonna check all the rooms and see if we get anything good, but you could save some time if you've memorized the chest layout of this floor, the bottom floor. All I remember is where the wizard's chest is, and that the bottom four are all locked. And that this fight is gonna suck. I should look up their stats in the, oh, that's bad. Yeah, I don't think they should have Silence Touch this early on in the game. That's just not cool. They don't do too much damage, but inflicting silence on everybody early on is... It's just, there's no good way of curing it right now, other than buying a lot of Mind Bombs, and 60 gold apiece, I guess we could have some, but, like... Maybe I should have spent more money on that than longswords. I don't know. Maybe that was my own mistake. So we took a little bit of damage there. Let's heal up the Sage at the very least. And maybe the Ranger. And maybe the Victus. Maybe the... Everyone gets healed. You know what? I should just cast the heal spell. Let's just run from a couple encounters. I feel like I used a lot of resources on that gargoyle fight, and we've still got a ways to go. Ouch! Holy smokes. Scorpion, relax. Yeah, so it's a good thing that guy didn't come in a large group, because that would have been pretty bad. I guess one thing is true, that I brought a few potions. So let's use those rather than our precious MP for a little while. We should be okay. As long as we kill the crawler before he gets tempered up, I don't think there's too much to worry about. It's not a particularly dangerous encounter unless they manage to get their spell off. And I guess the Bloodbones, they're actually pretty tough. They're tougher than I thought. But it's good experience. You know, I like to take fights that aren't too dangerous and give you good rewards. That's my motto. Take the easy route that's rewarding. Yeah. I hate those bats. A cottage in a box. These guys will go down pretty quick. Could have optimized my attack ordering a little bit better, clearly. But that'll do. Hey, a bard's tunic. So this basically, well, it's not as good as the magical robe, but we could have saved some money by not buying it, and I could have bought a bunch of mental clarity potions, but oh well, we'll be able to sell the bard's tunic just the same. So we got to the boss music a little bit early, but we're getting pretty close to the boss room. The bats, they always move down just at last second. Alright, I am gonna save it before this fight, just because I don't remember exactly what the wizards got in the remake or the mod. So just in case this is really bad, or sorry, the Pisco Demons. Let's save it before we go in here. Alright. It might be smart to be doing like blinking and protecting, I don't know. Also, I think they get magic in this version, so be careful. I think they're strong to fire and actually weak to Dia, if I remember correctly. Oh, they're not that tough. As long as you can kill them in one shot, you're good. Ah, piece of cake! Look at this! Too easy! Let's see what we... you know what? I'm sure they have magic, they just didn't cast anything. What were we looking at with these things? Scorpions, shadows, brawlers. Hey, they can drop permanent stat buffers. Gargoyles do have a good drop as much as they suck. And just weak to Dia, that's all. Bloodbones, Fire, and Dia. I didn't use Fear at all. Pisco Demons, only to Dia. But if you notice, they're strong to Fire and Ice. So traditionally you use Lightning, but Dia also works now, or Harm. That's nice. And we did get that Mithril Knife, but I don't think it's going to be worth much. It's not as good as the weapons we've already got, basically. Okay, well, we're in good shape. That was the fight that I was most worried about, and we basically wiped them out. And seeing as we had the warp spell due to a little bit of grinding, we should be able to get out of here as soon as I check the last treasure room, which is empty. Now, there's 4 rooms below us, but they're all locked, so you can't get down there. One last fight, right? We'll do Fira just for fun. Look at all that damage. Except for the Bloodbones, not so much. It's a pretty good spell, it's just kind of expensive. Hey, we actually got it! So who needs to be faster? This is a good question. Now, the stats all have more effect in this game than the original game, because the way they rebalanced the mod, all stats do something. I believe even upgrading your luck with a luck plus, I believe it gives you +1 magic resistance, which we would probably give to the knight. Agility, though, it's people who need evasion or hit rate, basically. I think I'll give it to the knight. His main thing is, like, strong attack. His agility is not amazing, so his heavy armor will lower his evasion, and his hit rate might not be amazing. So he's going to have very powerful, damaging weapons, but he needs to hit with them. So my argument is speed pluses should go to him, basically. And that should have given him a better evasion and hit rate stat, I believe. Alright, let's get out of here. Right, you're the one with the work. Oh, we can only cast it twice. Oh no, what will we ever do? I should have saved my MP. Oh well. It still saves us so much time compared to a vanilla escape. Also, this is dangerous. These guys are tough. We got a preemptive strike, so we could have run away, but I have a feeling we can win this fight. Especially with Dia right on turn 1. Yeah. I mean, it's not that dangerous, but... And freedom! Okay, we can use that tent. But we're going to save the tent for just a little bit longer. We've got another big boss fight music a little bit early. I'm going to take this fight as well, just for fun. We got a Lesser Tiger, which usually you don't run into until you get to Melmond. So let's pain him. Let's give him some pain. They typically have similar stats to Ogres, although they're a little bit stronger. Oops, cast on the wrong person. I believe they have pretty good critical rates, though, so that's what you gotta worry about, is crits. Alright, speed this up a little bit. We can win this fight as well. I got one more casting of pain, and we're almost where I need to be. And then we'll just wipe out the last tiger. Pretty good experience, not amazing on gold. I mean, what do you expect? Tigers don't carry around a lot of gold. Neither do wolves. Mind you, I don't see tigers and wolves hanging out together very often in real life. They've become friends. Alright, this is why we brought the tent, although technically we have a cottage. We'll save that for later. So for now, that should be full HP MP. And let's go talk to the Dark Elf, who's clearly our friend. Now, okay, this is something else I should probably mention. In the original game, there are no random encounters on this dungeon. It's just a quick walk to the king. in this mod, you know, there's random encounters. And some of them could be kind of dangerous. That's not good getting dark there. At least Dia works. Alright, let's use another couple potions. This is what we bought them. And a mind bomb, because you do want your knight to be able to see. Because we're gonna fight another boss here. Alright, let's do this. Wahaha! I'm stealing your crown and becoming the king of Dark Elves. If I can kill you. This is your first difficult boss in the original game, basically. So let's see how this goes. I don't expect his physical attacks are going to be terribly difficult. What we did not do is buy the silence spell to silence him, which is your real pro strat. So I guess we're just going to have to hit him. We could put some null... I only bought the one. I'm worried that I did not... I might have to come back, actually. But we'll see what happens. I think he's weak to Dia, actually. Pain, there's nothing we can do about that. That's a fair bit of damage. 35 damage, 86 damage. How much is Dia? 104. Okay, so we want to do some healing. And, maybe we can put him to sleep. I don't know. We gotta get healing going on, though. Yep, that's the problem. I mean, I'm glad I cast Null Shock first, but I don't have any other elemental protections. So the other era spells are gonna hurt. Just keep dishing damage, keep healing up, I think. Go for that lucky sleep, maybe? I don't know if that's worth it. Oh, he's gonna cast sleep. Cheater! Well, at least he didn't sleep my healers, so we're healed up. They'll wake up pretty quickly, at least. Let's try some more Dia. Yeah, it did not do very much damage. Alright, everyone woke up. That's good. Maybe I'll try the Blizzard spell? I don't know. Let's try one more sleep. And more Dia. Alright, so fire, the 2 is going to hurt. Because we didn't have Null Fire, there's nothing I could do about that one. Still no sleep. I mean, we might be getting close to killing him, so maybe we should just brush him down? I don't know. I just want to cast heals because if he casts another era spell, half the team will die, so... Ooh, critical hit from the knight, and he goes down. Alright. Who says you need silence or null blaze or null frost? We don't need that. That is victory! Crystal Eye get. Alright, you should probably save the game because a random encounter on the way out could suck. But I've got faith. I think this team is doing just fine. Alright, let's head on back to Elfland. Maybe we'll kill some ogres on the way back. Start going super speed. The hard part's over for a little while. Now we just gotta do a little fetch quest. Might as well get our experience as we go. Hey, level ups. What does that put us at 11? Not bad. Such happy music playing today. Looks like we just beat Final Fantasy 2 or something. I did notice that Jade has more HP than Ranger, than Beret. I find that suspicious. Alright, Elfland. We'll do a quick pit stop. Look at all that money we've got. Now, I'm not going to spend it yet. We're about to get a whole bunch of extra treasure, and I don't want to buy something that immediately gets replaced. But we're definitely going to be picking up some new spells, although we still don't have access to level 4 magic, oddly enough. But yeah, I don't want to waste money buying weapons and armor when we are about to open a bunch of treasure chests. We gotta go to Matoya's cave. Remember, she really wanted us to find her crystal eye. And for some reason, Astos, the Dark Elf, just was hanging on to it. Just because he's a jerk, basically. I can't think of any other reason. Probably should have nuked this fight, because, yeah. It's hard to run away from these guys. I don't know why. Well, it's because it's a pack of wolves. It makes perfect sense. It's difficult to escape a pack of wolves. Alright, Matoya. Here you go. Have your eye. Give me some magic potion. Now we can go wake up the elf prince, who we never even talked to, but he's asleep. And he owes us a key, but because he's sleeping, he can't authorize the transfer of property. Can't sign his form, so we're not able to get our key until we bring him back from the sleeping something. I don't know. I assume basically the story is Astos put him to sleep magically and then stole Matoya's... Or he probably framed the elves for stealing Matoya's crystal so that she wouldn't help the elves or something. I don't understand. You don't need to know that kind of thing. Alright, to the elf prince. Bingo, bango, bongo. Wake him up. Yeah, there you go. He's awake. Give me the key. Alright. I never checked any locked doors, but trust me when I tell you, there's a bunch of locked doors in the early game. If you don't have the mystic key, you can't open them. So if you tried to come up here earlier, it would not have worked. Now, the mithril hammer is probably not very good. It actually does a lot of damage, interestingly. It's better than an axe. Alright. Take that. You know, the battle mage started with a hammer, so I can dig that. That's cool. The bronze gloves are probably an upgrade for somebody. Ish. That's such a... No, I'm just going to sell them. That's not worth it. I don't care. That's not good enough. And we'll sell everything else eventually. Alright, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places with locked doors that we can open. And we'll go start back at Cornelia Castle, because this is your plot chests, or your fetch quest. Another longsword. See, I had a feeling we would get one for free. So I bought 2 of these puppies, but I could have got one for free. Honestly, I don't know if the mithril hammer is better or worse. I kind of like the evasion. Just the chance to take less damage is probably worth 1 attack. Probably. Iron shield, iron armor, and the nitro powder, formerly known as the TNT. So what do we get? Iron shield's good stuff. Iron armor, also good stuff. Kind of bad for evasion. I'm going to give it to the low evasion character first. I bet you we'll be able to find mithril armor soon enough that will fit better with the ranger's good evasion stats. Yeah, I'll stand by that decision. And we'll probably just sell a bunch of this stuff off. Okay. So before we go turn in the nitro powder, let's go pick up a couple more chests. I would highly recommend doing a 100% clear of this mod, because money tends to be very, very short. Even if you don't plan on using the stuff that's in the Chaos Shrine that a lot of people skip, because you don't really need it generally in the main game, you probably want the money you get for selling it. So it's a little bit different in this version. I would recommend pretty much getting everything. So the Rune Blade is generally not that great of a weapon, although it does do bonus damage to, like, the Lich. That would be nice. But otherwise, it's not very important. But we can sell it for a bunch of money. And also, you can just buy them for 8,000 if you want 4 of them. I don't know why you'd want 4 of them. Actually, one thing that is changed that I haven't really checked thoroughly yet, the items that can be used to cast magic in battle has been changed or rebalanced. So I don't know for sure which items you want to use in battle. Like, maybe the Rune Blade is good because it can cast something. And I haven't gone through and tested all those things. So I may actually start testing some of those things now that I've said that out loud. The Werebuster is... I mean, it's traditionally not the worst weapon. It's better than the longsword. Is it? Bonus damage against werebeasts. There's a few werebeasts we'll be fighting. Yeah, sure. I'll equip it. Oops. I did not mean... I should have used a warp spell. That was my mistake. Let's test out... Because I don't think you can use it when you're muted for some reason. Let's test out the Rune Blade. I don't think it's going to do anything. No. But I know some items have been shuffled, so we should be testing out magical sounding items, just to see if there's a chance. Alright, let's just get out of here. This is time to go. Alright, so that's one dungeon. Well, dungeon, but one set of bonus chests done. We still got 3 more, and I will go to them all because I need that money. Just to get an idea of how much money we have, let's sell the stuff we know we don't want. Like a broadsword, a leather glove, a venom dagger, leather cap. Honestly, the tonics are nice, but like, I think I'd rather have 1,000 gold than a strength tonic. Same thing here. I can just cast the protect spell, it's fine. Sell the chainmail, sell the mithril. Iron nunchuck. We don't have any monks around here. Yeah, the hammer's worth too much money. You just gotta sell it. I might hold on to that. Oh, holy water. I think it casts the Dia spells. That's not bad. I ended up with an extra long sword after all. Oh well. So you might be thinking, but Blue, you've got 16,000 gold. You're rich. Yeah, well, after we buy some spells and try to buy a couple extra weapons, we won't have that much money. Also, we're essentially at the point where 2 more towns open up with, like, a ton more equipment, and we would need, like, hundreds of thousands of gil to buy all the best stuff now. In just a few short seconds. Boom! Fira. Alright, so we come back to the dwarves with the nitro powder and the key, because now we can open this door, get a bunch of treasure. The dwarven armory, as some people call it. There's that worm killer that we got from a shark. And there's that mithril mail I was talking about. So, it's actually better than iron now. In the original game, it's weaker than iron, which is perhaps a mistake in my opinion. But yeah, it's actually a straight upgrade. And it still weighs more than chain, unfortunately. But that ties them. There's a lot of armor to buy. We'll figure it out later on. Alright, this guy's really happy we brought him the nitro powder. Blows a hole up. I mean, if you watch the solo challenges, you saw me do that 6 times. You guys know the drill. Also, it's probably slightly faster to do this. Whenever you want to get out of a town. Not like I'm speedrunning. I say again, I don't really mean to speedrun. Alright. 2 to go, and I will go back to check them because there could be amazing equipment. We're gonna all. This is so dumb. We can't get away from a couple sahags and big eyes. And then wolves. Always the wolves. Alright, we're free. So, heal up. I don't have access to level 4 magic yet, right? No. We'll have to go back to Provoca to buy some more spells, obviously. I could sell nothing, really. Let's just head over to get some more treasure. We can win this fight pretty easily. Yep. Getting a lot of encounters here, unfortunately. It's really slowing down my grind. I guess we're probably not going to get much past, we're probably not going to leave this area that the canal opened up this episode because it's just taking too long getting all these random encounters. I got 2 more things I need to do, and it's going to take a little while. Poisoned, hey? Well, conveniently we've got a spell for that, and eventually, once we've got level 4 white magic, we'll have a spell for all the other stuff, the dark stun stuff. Pain is so good early on. It's such a good spell. Alright, we're gonna risk going through this dangerous dungeon. And I'll just do some Fira here and there. The reason I do that is basically because there's a lot of enemies that have stun touch or mute touch, whatever you want to call it. So if you get hit by it, it sort of messes up your run. So I'd rather just spend the MP and cast Fira. That. And then if someone gets stunned, I'll just use a Mind Bomb, I guess. For now. Luckily, we're getting to the point in the game where we don't have to be cheap with, I don't really need to be cheap. I could have bought a bunch of Mind Bombs, like... I'm not so poor that I couldn't buy a good chunk of them now. Like the early game, when it's so hard to really afford status curing. Alright, let's do a couple heals. Maybe just the one. Maybe use a couple potions. Realize you're poisoned again. Everyone's poisoned. Poisoned and darked. All the status ailments. This is a good fight, though. Traditionally a good experience money fight. And also easy with fire, too. Yeah, you know what? 350 experience? That's not bad. I suppose if you wanted to grind here before the Marsh Cave, that might not be the worst idea in the world. It's a little bit far from a town, and there's a lot of status inflictions that are going to be a pain. But if you brought a few tents, this actually might not be a bad area, because usually you can't fight the mummies until you have the key, because there are just no random encounters with them. So the main thing here, I guess, is the Power Staff, which is our first real upgrade for Melior's. Now it says drains magic energy. Does that mean less intellect? It actually gave him +1 intellect, I believe. 22... 21, so +1 intelligence. I wonder if it uses MP for crits or something then, maybe. Which is probably terrible if it does. So I got steel something, right? Steel gloves. 3 defense for 5 evasion. Man, these gloves are just not very good. Sure would be nice to have some protect rings, eh? So yeah, we could fight more mummies on these trap tiles if we cared. Being blind is probably not worth it, though. I was thinking maybe we just do some quick grinding, but no, we're running out of time. Let's get out of here. Oh, and we're poisoned again, of course. Yeah, these undead, they are relentless. Bet you've never seen a random encounter on this tile we're standing on right now. I bet you never thought you'd get into a random encounter down there. Alright, I do have one more tent. I'm gonna use it now. Just to cleanse all those debuffs. Because we have to go back to the Marsh Cave one more time. And we might as well do it now. Because it gives us more money. And then next episode, I guess, can be all about spending that money. And that'll be fun. We'll have a big shopping spree. That intelligence is giving us a fair bit of damage, at least. So that's nice. Buffing up that spell damage. Ouch, man, that hit on Melior, wow. That's why you have to give him some amount of armor. Like, when he gets hit, he just crumples. It's not you specifically, Melior, it's just your class is very, very fragile. Gas. Thunder and fire, interesting. I didn't know they could do that. Okay, so all we need to do is just zip down to the bottom floor, check a couple chests, and then we're done. We've already been here, so you guys aren't too worried about the Marsh Cave, are you? And I can just beeline straight past the bat. Another ambush, poisoned and dark. Great start. I'll be a little bit more free with the magic because we've got more MP, and it's kind of a straighter run here. There's less things to do, basically. Yeah, that darkness is kind of annoying. I'm just gonna cleanse it. Ah! I probably should have saved my last Mind Bomb for one of the mages if they got silenced. Because that would have been rough. Specifically, if Jade gets silenced, we can't use Warp to get out of here. If you're looking for reasons to buy Mind Bombs, I'm just making sure you got lots of good reasons. And also, we got blinded immediately anyway. Alright, we can do this. Just focus your energy. Ugh, I don't like this fight very much. We got the Dia off nice and early, that's nice. Werewolves. I think if you've got there's a werewolf slaying weapon we've got equipped, right? Also, I bet you the werewolves are weak to Dia. I didn't check, but... Totally. Yeah, look at that. The Werebane, whatever it's called. Sorry. The Werebuster, sorry. That's what it's really called. It's pretty good. Not that they're like challenging enemies, but it's neat to say the weapon effectivity work. It's one of those things that didn't work in the NES game, unfortunately. So, look at some anacondas, some snakes, guarding this treasure. Smacking my knight around pretty effectively. Magical robe, yeah, so that just proves buying that robe was a complete waste. Dang. I wasn't sure. Well, no, I got the value out of it. Maybe if I hadn't bought that robe, the Meliar would have died coming down here. So, you know, it's not trash if it did do something. These guys are a little bit scary still. Especially if they pick on Meliar too much. That did not kill them all, though. Wow, look at all the physical damage. Good job, guys. Watchman Mail. There we go. So this is the very heavy... actually, not that heavy. Wow. Not as good as Mithril. But it's better in all other ways. It's better than Iron Armor in all other ways. So, good upgrade. Glad I came back for that. Alright, I think there's just one room left with items. Try to get there before this episode goes too long. Why am I fighting all these random encounters? I don't know. I guess I just want the money. I know I'm gonna need a lot of money. Maybe you don't believe me yet, but you will soon enough. The shop's coming up. You're gonna be amazed at how expensive stuff is. Silencing on Jade. That's exactly what I needed to not have happen. Oh, those gargoyles are just killing me. So the treasure room I just skipped over doesn't have anything in it. Wow. Wow, that was a lot of damage. We're quite lucky that the wizards have not killed anyone yet. Dang. So now we can't warp out. That sucks. Last second. Well, we're just going to have to fight our way out. Or just not get random encounters. Yeah. Mute touch from gargoyles in the marsh cave. That's got to be one of the worst potential status inflictions. Now, we're getting a really good run out with very few encounters. So I can't complain. But, it's still kind of frustrating, you know, getting your warper muted and not having the items ready. Alright, we're free, we're good to go. How long has this been? 38 minutes, it's been pretty long. Let's run back to Elfland and we'll end the episode there, just so that we start somewhere fresh, you know. We're going to be doing some equipment. We've got lots of equipment to sell and equip and stuff. So probably next episode we'll spend a fair bit of time doing some shopping. That'll be interesting for me, hopefully. Mostly interesting because so many things have changed in the mod, and it's nice to see, like, oh, this is a cool looking piece of armor. Let's talk about that, you know? Looks like we had just enough MP for Melior to sort of clear that Marsh Cave dive. We would have been fine if we hadn't got silenced. Alright, clear that. You know what, before I do anything, like before I spend any money next episode, which is probably not going to happen for a couple days in real lifetime, let me just right now buy... They don't even sell them here. That is half the problem. They don't even sell them in the town that needs to sell them. We're just going to make this episode go a little bit longer, because apparently you have to buy them in Provoca. They did not give me a worm killer from that shark. Alright. And it's the annoying item shop that's hard to get to. Bunch of jerks. I'm going to buy 20 of them. And we're not going to have that problem again. I'm also going to buy, like, 5 tents, because that also cures it if you're on the overworld. Alright. Hopefully we won't run into those problems again for a little while. We got lots of shopping to do. We can start in Provoca next episode. Buy up the level 3 spells for Melior, or level 4 spells for Melior, and then level 3 for Jade and Beret. And that'll be fun. Alright, folks. That is all for today. Melior actually has more MP than HP. Isn't that hilarious? And the Battle Mage has more HP than the Ranger. Almost as much as the Knight. It's just random. It's just random. Alright, I guess that's it. Look at that strength on the Battle Mage. If I can give him a good weapon, he will actually do more damage than the Ranger. If he hits. Well, there must be like a damage ratio that the Ranger is better at than the Battle Mage, because he's got 4 more damage but less strength. It's a mystery. Anyway, it's been a long enough episode. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're having a good time. Like I said before, I'm enjoying myself. I'm quite enjoying this mod. I recommend you give it a try if you're into Final Fantasy 1 and you're looking for a slightly more difficult remake for the run-through for the Dawn of Souls version. And I'll see you tomorrow for another episode. Thanks for watching. See you there.